for me, time stopped when I moved to England, so I'm still trying to like understand and process the fact that I've grown. I'm not gonna be a teenager anymore, technically.
Hi Cookies, how are you doing? I'm turning 18 tomorrow, and I'm scared. I have no idea when time went so fast. But at the same time, because of everything that has happened, it feels like it has been going so slow. So that's why we're here, right?
I feel like most people feel like they haven't figured out their life yet, and that's why they panic and stuff, because like, oh, I'm like nearly blah 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 this age and I haven't done whatever, like family or job or whatever your goals are. But for me, I feel like I have mostly my life figured out, even if it's mentally, like I know what I want and everything. But I feel like I haven't really like enjoyed as much as I would like to. For my teenage years were not as, you know, as dreamy as you want them to be, like how social media makes them seem. And even though I've tried to make them feel that way, even if I try to enjoy it and bring myself to enjoy it, I just feel like I put myself through a lot of pressure, maybe unnecessary pressure that I don't need to put myself through. But I think the future is just a big part that keeps constantly pushing me to like be better, do more, try harder. And I feel like a lot of people are going through that as well, because I can't be the only one. There's a lot of people in the world, and it's just me switching accents throughout the whole thing. But I just started crying out of nowhere, and I'm used to that. But this time I realized that it was because I'm scared. Like tomorrow, it's not like things are gonna change like that. But I feel like a lot of things are gonna change, as in how I'm gonna perceive them and everything, how other people are gonna perceive me as well. She's gonna be an adult, so she's in charge of blah 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 blah. She should be blah 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 blah. I don't know, and I don't know. I mean, like I had a lot of things in my head, and this was the only way that I can actually let my thoughts flow. And if I leave this here for my older self, I just want to let you know you made it. I have no idea how, but you've made it through. And I want to say it wasn't that hard, but it's just after you overcome an adversity is when you... Adversity, is that a word? I hope so. After you overcome something, then is when you realize, oh, well, I could do that. And it seems like it wasn't that hard to accomplish or anything, or to overcome whatever. But at the end of the day, it was. And I guess it's you... Yeah, it's always us that we become stronger and knowledgeable and all that stuff. Like all these things I'm saying, you don't know it until it happens to you. When you actually feel like you can really like get up, like this is the end and everything. But you can, and then you just keep going. And many times I thought that was it for me, and I just kept going. So I feel like that's why I feel like I've lived way more than many people at my age, which is why I feel so old already. And I can't believe I'm just about to turn 18. Like it feels so heavy and so much happening, and it's just going so quick, but at the time so slow. So it's not, let's say, a 13-year-old, but at least that's how I feel it. For me, time stopped when I moved to England, so I'm still trying to like understand and process the fact that I've grown. I'm not gonna be a teenager anymore, technically. If we go into terms of linguistics with the word teen, yeah, I will be on my teens, but let's say the age 18 is kind of a big label that you put on things. So I think that's why it's more scary. And I think finally, like firstly, secondly, furthermore, I feel like the other thing that was bothering me is that I want to be good. Like I want to be a good human being, because I've been in many countries and I've seen different types of people, and I know how it feels to be treated really good when you get somewhere, and very like when people are heartwarming and they welcome you, and they welcoming, that's the word. And when people are just completely shit, like they just turn their back on you, and you have to go through all of these changes, let's say, on your own. So I guess it looks like I'm going on in circles with this, but I've seen enough right now to be able to say that I want to be this type of person. I make people feel in a certain way, and I really don't want to damage other people's perception on me because I feel like that matters a lot. And I feel like I'm saying this because I'm the oldest sister, I'm the eldest sister, I'm the eldest cousin, and all of these things make me feel like I have to be so that I'm a model, let's say, for the next ones. But I don't know, people that I have encountered so far in my 17 years of life, which may not sound a lot to many people, but I'm telling you, I feel like I've lived way more than that. Only reasons why I'm a bit calm about what's gonna come afterwards, like with uni and everything, is that most of the things that I've lived gave me some experience that some people right now will consider like big changes, like for example moving to another country, or like making new friends, meeting new people, all these like things that you're supposed to change and adapt, that I feel that are easier for me, not because they just are, it's just because I'm used to them. And but I don't feel like, right, so the camera stopped, so I'm gonna, yeah, I don't feel like these are always good, like all benefits, all the skills, let's say, that my experiences have brought to me as a person. Most of the time people make it seem like it's a good thing, and more when it comes to university with the interviews, how do you manage change, how do you manage risk, and but to me most of the time I just feel scared, like obviously I feel out of place, I feel like I don't belong, and the sense of belonging, which is really hard for me to actually feel like I belong somewhere or I deserve to be here, and people don't see those things. So I guess when you turn a certain age, people don't really care as much, as in what do you feel. This is not just for mental health, this is for everything, like in general, as in I don't know what I'm doing, or I don't know where do I fit in, things that come with, you know, being a teenager and stuff, and finding your place in society. But I feel like when it comes to these problems and issues, there's like very little guidance to it. It's just, and I guess that's how life is, like you're just thrown into it, and whatever you do with it, like all the mistakes that you make, and then whatever comes after it. But I don't know, I just felt like it was something that I never thought about before, and in these 2 seconds I was just thinking. I thought a lot and a lot. And I'm always thinking and overthinking things, but just thinking about tomorrow.
You're gonna see me tomorrow, like nothing happened. I'm gonna be at the beach, like I'm gonna enjoy my birthday, obviously.
But it feels heavy for some reason, so I wanted to share it, and maybe some people will resonate with it, some others won't. There's a moment in life where I just feel like I'm done. Like I've experienced enough, I've suffered a lot, but I've been happy as well. So I feel like that's enough. It feels really heavy. It feels like I'm done so far with, okay, this is life, great, I'm done with it, thank you. But at least that's what people tell me when I like kind of share my problems or my worries and stuff. They're like, oh, you're just starting, you're young, enjoy. And it's really hard for me at least to enjoy when I know that constantly I have to keep trying harder and keep trying to improve this version of myself, and then whatever the version is, I have to like keep improving it because it's never enough. And I don't know, I feel like when I'm 18 finally, let's say tomorrow, I may be able to free myself of some of this pressure, because I will feel like at least right now I've accomplished something, which is staying alive. And for many people it's something that you take for granted, but for others it has been
A battle. It has been a quest, an odyssey.
so. To reach this point in my life, I think I've done well, and I hope other people that are struggling or are just lost, completely lost, don't know what the hell is going on, just keep going, because it was really frustrating, because I was like, right now my problem is I can't keep going, and people just want me to, you know, follow everyone else, just do what everyone else is doing and just keep going, no worries, everything will become easier. It doesn't, it gets worse. But you
Learn from those mistakes. Will you make them again? Maybe, but you learn, and you maybe make the same mistakes but worse, or maybe make the same mistakes but differently, and that different is what's gonna teach you stuff. So I've learned a lot, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why I'm overthinking a lot, because I already know many things. I want to see it that way because I've been really negative, I think.
as well, maybe negative or real, I don't know. I feel like I do want to enjoy the next, I don't know how many years of life I have left, but I feel like the last 17 years have been chaotic. I've learned a lot. They have been really scary at times, but I feel like it's all gonna pay off at some point. And for all the other people that are lost in the universe, you're technically not, because there's a lot of other people that are as lost as you, or as confused as you, or as worried about taxes and insurance and rent and all those things that I just don't. I'm supposed to not be worrying about those things right now because I'm not doing it personally, but I'm worrying about the future. And when I'm worrying about the future, it's hard to actually, concentrate on what you have right now. So I just hope one day that we can all find that inner peace that we're constantly fighting for, or like we're constantly trying to find. Yeah, that's all.
Thanks for listening. Gracias por escuchar. Yeah, ven Venezuela, perros. Hablé de amor, ya me cansé. Todo esos trucos ya me lo sé. Esos dolores lo pasé. No quiero que más nadie me hable de amor. Canta. Es que no me sale la voz. Me lo sé. Lo pasé. Como salga de mí. Te odio en el secreto. Ante todo lo confieso. Si pudiera te pidiera que devuelvas todos los besos que te di. Las palabras y todo el tiempo que perdí.